While it's a film that needs no introduction, I will always delight in talking about The Elephant Man. I think it's such a fabulous film with a perfectly delivered narrative. It was released in 1980, and it's kind of hard to believe that it's 40 years old now. It's got an overall score of 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb across over 200,000 reviews, which is absolutely phenomenal. Directed, of course, by David Lynch, with screenplay by Eric Bergren and Christopher Vore, and stars Anthony Hopkins and John Hurt. And just in case you're not familiar with The Elephant Man, I will read the description from IMDb. There are no spoilers here. A Victorian surgeon rescues a heavily disfigured man who is mistreated while scraping a living as a sideshow freak. Behind his monstrous facade, there is revealed a person of kindness, intelligence, and sophistication. Before we go any further, we have to acknowledge the fact that this is based on a true story, because that is powerful. That makes it all the more poignant. And we have this so-called Elephant Man, John Merrick, who's played by John Hurt. And he's, obviously a freak show, as they would have said then. He looks physically deformed because there's something wrong with him genetically. And he suffers a lot because of it. And Dr. Treves, played by Anthony Hopkins, comes along and sees him and, well, I was going to say experiments on him. He doesn't, but he tries to work out what's wrong and how to make John Merrick better, but there are a lot of people who are still viewing him as a sideshow. And it's a really emotional journey that Merrick goes through as he works with the doctor and still faces some questionable attitudes from other people, but we also have some really positive responses from society, and it's really lovely to see these bits coming together. But fundamentally, it still remains quite raw and emotional and sentimental right through to the end. It doesn't just cure everything, it will question a lot, it will make you think a lot, even today, because we still have horrific attitudes to anybody who looks different or sounds different, and this was certainly no different for John Merrick. It's got a great cast of supporting actors. Anne Bancroft is in it, John Gielgud, a whole bunch of other people, Dexter Fletcher. I will let you peruse IMDb at your own leisure, but it really is a very strong cast, very well acted. Obviously, Anthony Hopkins does an amazing job, but what John Hurt does is phenomenal. It's actually one of the top-rated movies on IMDb. It's number 161 out of every single film on IMDb, and that's just insane. I think it really does capture the essence of the Victorian setting. I think it does that very well. The costumes are incredible. Merrick's makeup and facial design is just spectacular. It was nominated for a good number of Oscars. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor for John Hurt, Best Director, Best Writing, Best Art Direction, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, and Best Music. I want to see who won Best Picture that year. It was also nominated for very similar categories in the Golden Globes. It's got 10 other wins, 22 additional nominations. I feel like it should have had so many more wins, but it obviously has done very, very well for itself. So I'm just seeing who got Best Picture that year, because it must be an amazing film if it's a film I've not even heard of. So the nominees for Best Picture in that year in the Oscars was The Elephant Man, Tess, Raging Bull, Coral Miner's Daughter, and the winner, Ordinary People. And Ordinary People has an overall IMDb score of 7.7 across just 46,000 reviews. So I think I'll check that out at some point, but at the moment, not that interested. The Elephant Man, though, is absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant biopic, lovely biographical story. From my own perspective, it told Merrick's story very well, very sensitively and tactfully. It will make you think, it will make you cry, it will make you get angry. It's a real roller coaster of emotions. Fantastically acted, brilliantly directed. It's pretty infallible.